about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, a verbal message informing me that war had commenced between Shiva, he calls him Shiva, Shivaji and the Mughals, and that Shiva, having defeated the Mughals, had pushed them back to a distance of 20 days march, that Daud Khan had fallen and Dilir Khan is wounded, and that the Badshah has come from Delhi to Agra. It cannot be predicted as to who becomes vanquished, who becomes victorious. You have further informed me that you are engaged in putting your forts and dikes in order. You have asked us to strengthen our fortifications. Because the Mughals have humiliated us once, does it follow that we should make no attempt to throw off this position of subordination to them? So not only were they making alliances, he was very, very aware of the political situation across India, and that Shivaji Maharaj was also being an inspiration for the Assamese resistance. I think that is an important point.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Professor Handy, would you like to respond to what Professor Bhattari has talked about? Yeah. Particularly, he was talking about role being played by Kirti Chandra Narayan, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very important part of the history, and thanks for pointing out that. And I'd like to ask the chair if I should answer the question that you asked. Yeah, I think.
I was asking a question to you. You can answer that also.
Yeah, I think it is about the significance of this celebration of 400th year of birth anniversary of Lachit Borphukan here in New Delhi. This is very significant from the historiographical point of view also, because so long Lachit Borphukan, or for that matter the heroes or the narrative of history in North Assam and Northeast has been looked upon with from a regional perspective. Lachit Borphukan has been eulogized. We have seen him as, whenever there is any problem, we always remember him. We always try to draw inspiration from him, and we try to, in a way, get emboldened, get sort of energized with the events of Battle of Horaighat. Horaighator Ron, Lachit Borphukanor তেওঁৰ যি সৌৰ্য বীৰ্য তাৰ দ্বাৰাই আমি সদায় স্মৰণ কৰি আছো, আৰু সেইটো সদায় it will remain. But why this is important is that now Lachit Borphukan is sought to be seen from the national perspective. He is one of the foremost military generals of India. That is the bottom line, and I think that is the honorable government has done actually a great, I should say, service to historiography as well by bringing this to light and having these panels here with that intention of bringing out these regional heroes into the national limelight. And I think history will be rewritten from that perspective.
Okay.
Where the people of, otherwise, this is very important. I'll just take 30 seconds, because we always have this sort of complaint that we are not understood by people of other parts of India. Why? Because Assam or Northeast doesn't figure in the school textbooks. Students down south or in Delhi, they don't know. After finishing their school education, they don't know about Assam, much about Assam. So that is the reason. In my speech, I also told about the NCERT textbooks where these matters should come up, and that's the reason.
Yeah.
I hope this
publication
anniversary will be a turning point.
Particularly role to be played by NCERT could be an important game changer. Dr. Chandra Prakash Dwivedi ji, आपको कुछ point if you have to make, particularly, sir, have you thought about?
मैं मुझे 1 मिनट दिया था, मुझे ध्यान नहीं था, इसके लिए मुझे माफ करिएगा. Thank you.
नहीं, वो 1 मिनट का साथ भी, if you want to make a depiction about Lachit maybe along with other production that you are making, sir.
मैं तो चूंकि सिनेमा का आदमी हूँ और मैं समझता हूँ कि भारतीय दूरदर्शन को भी बहुत लंबा समय हो गया अब, और उसके बाद भी हमने इस तरह के कोई प्रकल्प यानी आसाम का इतिहास को लेकर नहीं देखा. सो कहीं न कहीं फिल्म मेकर्स, सरकार, इन सबको साथ में आना पड़ेगा. मैं मानता हूं कि किताब लोग पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन जैसा हम जानते हैं कि अभी जो डिजिटल क्रांति हो रही है उसमें टेलीविज़न है, वेब सीरीज़ हैं, सिनेमा है, वो एक अलग अनुभूति देती है. और उसमें किस तरह से हम इन कहानियों को ट्रांसलेट करें, लोगों तक पहुंचाएं। मुझे लगता है सिनेमा उसका एक माध्यम है, ऐसे बहुत सारे माध्यम हैं, उसका एक माध्यम है। और इसलिए मैं इस मंच का उपयोग करके सरकारों की ओर से भी कहूंगा, कई बार मैं सोचता हूं कि एक विद्यार्थी अपने स्कूल में 6 घंटे होता है और उससे ज्यादा 6 घंटे से ज्यादा वो टेलीविजन देखता है, 6 घंटे से ज्यादा प्रतिदिन वो वेब देख रहा है। यानी आज उसका गुरु टेलीविजन है, वेब सिनेमा है। तो क्या हम कुछ ऐसा कर सकते हैं जिससे देखने की इस वृत्ति में हमारा इतिहास भी आए?
Yes, sir.
तो मैं अब तक मैंने किया है, कोशिश करूंगा आगे भी। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Food for thought given by Dr. Chandra Prakash Dwivedi ji. Well, yeah, I'm coming to you, Professor Sandan Sharma, then Dr. Mahanto. Yeah. And particularly, I request our students who are coming from various parts of Assam. And Manoniya Hangsod Tasa Dangoriya hat dangi ase, I'm coming to you. Yeah.
Sure, this is a question to the chair itself. From neglected historiography of Northeast to an integrated national historiography, what we need is not just emphasis on few important events, but what we need is a comparative and parallel developments across India that should be done across ancient, medieval, modern. We need not just importance of few events, but when we teach ancient Indian history, parallel developments in Northeast India should be incorporated. In the same way, medieval, parallel developments in Northeast India should be part of it. When we teach it in terms of colonization by the British, the colonization of Northeast India is absent. So what we need is a comparative and parallel developments to be an integral part of this.
Thank you, sir. Point well taken.
Yes.
Your argument is there is some sort of compartmentalization between ancient, medieval, and modern history, and Northeast history need to be incorporated. Yeah.
Sir.
It is well accepted. Mr. Mahanto, then we are coming to Honorable MP Tasa Dangoria.
নমস্কাৰ, সুপ্ৰভাত।
আপোনাৰ পৰিচয়টো দি লওক।
মোৰ নাম ডক্টৰ দেৱজিৎ মহন্ত। মোৰ এইটো কুৱেশ্যন নহয়, জাষ্ট অবজাৰভেশ্যন এণ্ড ছাজেশ্যন থ্ৰু our moderator. Sir, one most important word in our life is we, but least important word is I. So my question related to the I. Guwahati Vishwavidyalaya Dr. Bhupen Hazarikar namot share ase, jiman dur moi gato. Ami enuka chinta koribo paro neki, enuka arambho hobo pare neki. Guwahati, Dibrugarh, Tezpur aru Silchar University Mahabir Lasitar namot ami share kotha chinta koribo paro neki.
Thank you, thank you. A point well taken. I believe it will be taken into consideration by our education department. Honorable Minister Education is also there. We'll definitely contemplate and we'll discuss about the issue. And Honorable MP,
Chairman
Tasa Dangoria.
Chairman আজি সঞ্চালক ডাঙৰীয়া আৰু আমাৰ অংশগ্ৰহণকাৰী দ্বিবেদী ডাঙৰীয়া আৰু সম্পদ ডাঙৰীয়া, আপুনি বোধহয় কৈ দিব, আমি লাচিত বৰফুকন সম্পৰ্কে সকলোৱে জানো আৰু অসম চৰকাৰক ধন্যবাদ যে তেখেতে আমাৰ মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী ডাঙৰীয়া ইয়াত ইমান ধুনীয়া অনুষ্ঠান কৰিছে, য'ত অমিত শ্বাহ ডাঙৰীয়া, প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী ডাঙৰীয়াকে ধৰি সকলো আহিব। মোৰ কুৱেশ্যন এটাই যে আমি যিহেতু লাচিত বৰফুকনক জানো, তেওঁৰ বীৰত্বৰ কথা জানো কাৰণে আমি ইয়াত বহিছোঁ। হোৱাট এবাউট দিছ ইণ্টেলেকচুৱেল ছেকশ্যন অফ গ্ৰেটাৰ ইণ্ডিয়া, তেওঁলোকে লাচিত বৰফুকন ডাঙৰীয়াক ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ প্ৰেক্ষাপটত কেনেদৰে বহিবৰ কাৰণে তেখেতৰ ধৈৰ্য বীৰ্য কৰিব, তাৰ সম্পৰ্কে কি ছাজেশ্যন দিব, মই আমাৰ মাননীয় সম্পদ ডাঙৰীয়া, সিং ডাঙৰীয়া আৰু দ্বিবেদী ডাঙৰীয়াক অনুৰোধ জনাইছোঁ।
Okay, sir, what he is asking is, how can you contribute to the popularization of Lasit Borphukan and other heroes of Northeast India in general and Assam in particular? Am I right, sir? So it's anyone can answer, particularly addressed to you, sir.
Yeah. I think that's an excellent question, sir. And at the risk of sounding like, I'm plugging my book, I just have a new book out called Brave Hearts of Bharat, vignettes from Indian history. The other gentleman also mentioned that you need to integrate all these stories across India. So this book does something similar. It takes 15 people, heroes and heroines, unsung heroes largely, from different parts of India, from Lalitaditya Muktapida of Kashmir, of whom we know so little of, Rani Naiki Devi in Gujarat, Rana Kumbha in Mewar, Rudramma Devi from Warangal, there is Rani Abbakka from Karnataka, Marthanda Varma from Kerala, Velu Nachiyar from Tamil Nadu, Rajarshi Bhagyachandra Jai Singh from Manipur, Banda Singh Bahadur from Punjab. And in this galaxy of great heroes and heroines, Lachit Borphukan is also situated in that. That immediately makes it a national history. What is this whole story of regional history, as Sir was mentioning in the NCERT textbook? What is mainstream, what is regional? On the one hand, people who've written the history of this country keep telling us that there was no concept of India, the British gave us India and all of that. Till then we were all disparate states fighting with each other. If that is true, then what is central India and what is regional? How can you call the Cholas or the Pandyas regional? How can you call the Ahoms regional? But a Lodhi or a Tughlaq who just ruled over a few kilometers in and around Delhi, that becomes mainstream. That becomes central India. And all the other stories are regional stories. So I think this mainstream, regional, this itself
thank
should
you.
be dispensed with. And it is all the history of Bharat and all these heroes, without getting only into the regional, local context, situate them in a national context and then integrate them in lot of popular books like this, which many other scholars and historians
sir.
should write,
So-
which will bring, I think, these stories into public.
Thank you. So core periphery dichotomy is to be done away with. Yes, sir.
I am Biswajit Das from Assam. So I have a specific question to Mr. Bikram Sampat. So why the mainstream historian totally neglected Mahabir Lasit Borphukan and Ahom dynasty for last couple of years? Why? What is the basic reasons?
Okay, we'll take 2-3 questions together.
Yes,
then
sir.
I'll request our panelists to answer them.
With the
Anil
permission-
Shaikia
yes,
Dangoria,
sir.
তেখেতে অথনি কথা
With the
পাতিছিল।
permission of
Yes.
the moderator, so I'm Dr. Susengfa Gogoi.
I don't see. Oh, Susengpa.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Susengpa then. Is Susengpa very crisp to the point?
Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Susengfa Gogoi. I am coming from North Lakhimpur College, Autonomous Assam. I have a question to Bikram Sampatji. You have mentioned about the systematic silence that we see in the majority, the mainstream historians of our times. And this systematic silence was also coupled with myth making that has been seen during the colonial period of historians. My question is very specific. Because of this myth making and systematic othering that has been made by the mainstream historians, we see that there has been a collective generalizations and myths that has been created, and a collective memory about the silence of these regional, histories. Now, what do you suggest, like how this memory that we have already created from one generation to the other, how it is possible to create a new space in the memories that we have imbibed from one generation to the other by looking at the mainstream memories, and we have to give a space to the regional memories? This is my question to you. And I have another question. if permitted.
Because we have many people, kindly
Okay, sir.
pose.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you so
stick to-
much.
Thank you. Anil Shaikia Dangoria. Anil Shaikia Dangoria. Yeah. Yes, please.
Shall I, can I?
তাৰ আগতে তেখেতৰ হাতত মাইকটো আছে, madam. Yes, please.
This is Meeta Nath Bora. I am convener policy research from BJP Assam Pradesh. My question is to Dwivedi sir. Entertainment, long back you said entertainment has always been educative until the penetration of all those, question mark and all, and what it has become today. So we are all discussing about Lachit Borphukan, making him a national icon. And I believe in my own perception, he was greater than Shivaji. Shivaji was finally defeated by Nasira Khan, but Lachit Borphukan was never defeated. One of the best way to reach out to almost across pan-India is movies. We know about it. So when are you going to script and direct a serial on Lachit Borphukan on national television? And why just a serial? Why not a movie for international?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, you answer, then we'll come to the last round. All of whom, we'll let our panelists answer this question, then we'll come. Yeah.
I agree with you. Give me some time. I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
So the first question that was asked as to why Lachit Borphukan has not been featured or forgotten, I think I mentioned in my intervention that I see it as a dual reason. One is tyranny of distance. Assam can be struggling under floods but that will not be covered even by the mainstream media. Some JNU university, some people are fighting, that will become national news. Whatever happens in and around this place it occupies so much of national imagination. So one is this, it is too far away from national memory and national imagination to catch attention. The second is, these are stories of courage and resistance and fight. In the manner in which historiography has been written largely by the Marxist tradition, we have only been made to celebrate our losses. Our students will know by heart all the battles we have lost, from Battle of Tarain, Battle of Buxar, Battle of Panipat Wars, Anglo-Maratha, Anglo-Sikh, Anglo-Mysore, whatever, all the wars we have lost, we have memorized it. But Battle of Saraighat, Battle of Kolachal, Battle of Diwar, Battle of Kasarhada, all these things don't even come in that national memory.
Okay.
Which I think can be corrected, and as the other gentleman said, through a lot of scholarly work, through popular work, through the media and popular culture. I think that is the only way that today in the information age, where information is available so extensively to people, can these stories come out and become mainstream and not remain, secluded in regional histories.
Thank you, sir. Anil Soikia Dangoria, yes.
Yes, I am Anil Soikia. My question is very short, either to Dr. Rajiv Khandikoi or to Sangita Gogoi. What is the role of Bagh Hazarika in Khodaighatar Juddha?
Okay, thank you. Very important question. I'll come to you. Then we can take two more. Mr. Borwa. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, your question, please.
Yes, my name is Poonam Kumari Singh. I am from JNU, and sir, for your kind information, the color of JNU is changing rapidly. And I just wanted to ask that whether a home dynasty is being taught in in our schools, in our has it been incorporated in NCERT's syllabus or not? This is what, and it is very much clear with your instruction that it has not been incorporated yet.
Okay.
So I think it should be.
Thank you. Last question.
বিভিন্ন জাতি জনগোষ্ঠী বিভিন্ন অঞ্চলৰ পৰা যুদ্ধত অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰিছিলে হদিয়াৰ পৰা যুদ্ধ আহিছিলে আৰু সেইসকলক যুদ্ধৰ শেষত সেইসকলক হদিয়াত প্ৰতিষ্ঠিত কৰা হৈছিলে ঠিক তেনেদৰে অসমৰ বিভিন্ন প্ৰান্তত যোদ্ধাসকলক প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰা হৈছিলে হদিয়াত বছাগাঁও নামত প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰা হৈছে আজিৰ তাৰিখত সেই যোদ্ধা পৰিয়ালবিলাকৰ কিবা খা খবৰ ৰখা হৈছে নেকি বা সেই পৰিয়ালবিলাকৰ স্থাপিত বা
অনুগ্ৰহ কৰি বহক থ্যাংক ইউ আপুনি খুব গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ কথা এটা কৈছে সংৰক্ষণ এটা গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ দিক মই সকলোকে বিশেষভাৱে কৃতজ্ঞতা জনাইছো সময় কম আৰু আমাৰ ৰাজেশ কুমাৰ সিং ডাঙৰীয়া he has also talked about attack is still continuing in different forms and manifestation if you can just talk about it 2-3 minutes and it's over to our esteemed panelists to give answers to the questions which are asked to them of the contemporary challenges that we have Rajiv and Hongita Baido I think Bagh Fukon is a very critical question
there are many আমি ইতিহাসৰ ছাত্ৰী আৰু ইতিহাসেই পঢ়াই আছো ইতিহাস বৰ মানে ইটস ভেৰি ক্ৰুৱেল সঁচা কথা ক'ব গ'লে বাঘ হাজৰিকা সম্পৰ্কে ইতিহাসৰ পাতত আমি আচলতে নেপাওঁ ই মানুহৰ কথাৰ ভিতৰত আছে আৰু যেহেতু আমি সেইফালৰ পৰাই ক'ব লাগিব অফক'ৰ্ছ আৰু আমি যদি এটা বস্তু দেখোঁ দ্য ছিষ্টেম মই সেইকাৰণে প্ৰথমৰ পৰা কৈছোঁ মানে অসম বুৰঞ্জী বুজিবলৈ হ'লে আহোমৰ ট্ৰেডিশনাল ল্যাঙ্গুৱেজত থকা বুৰঞ্জীসমূহ বুজি পাব লাগিব তাত আহোম সিস্টেমটো বুজি পাব লাগিব আৰু হেতু বুজিলে গম পোৱা যায় দে wer very strict তেওঁলোকে কেতিয়াও তেনেকুৱা ধৰণে নিজৰ কাখত বেলেগ মানুহ ৰাখি নিশ্চয় নথব অফ কোৰ্স এটা কাম তেওঁলোকে কৰিছিলে তেওঁলোকে দূত হিচাপে সুলতান গৰিয়া আমি নাম পাওঁ যিখিনিক তেওঁলোকে লগত পঠিয়াইছিলে মুগলৰ কেম্পলে হয়তো পাৰ্চিয়ান ভাষা জনাৰ কাৰণে বা তেওঁলোকৰ কিন্তু তেওঁলোকৰ লগত সম্পূৰ্ণ ৰূপেৰে সেইখিনি সময়ত ফুল মানে তেওঁলোকক পৰিবেষ্টিত কৰি পঠিওৱা হৈছিলে কিন্তু ভেৰি সৰি to say আমি কোনো ধৰণৰ ইনফৰমেশন হিস্টোৰিক্যাল সোর্সত বাঘ হাজৰিকা সম্পৰ্কে নাপাওঁ
Hello, excuse me.
Thank you, Baido. মাননীয় আমাৰ সাংসদ দিলীপ শইকীয়া ডাঙৰীয়া কিবা এটা সুধিব বিচাৰিছিলে নেকি
Excuse me,
last হিচাপে
Mohanto sir.
No, please, we are running short of time.
This is not a question, just a suggestion to be added.
Please.
Hello.
মাননীয় সাংসদ দিলীপ শইকীয়া ডাঙৰীয়া।
Respected Chair, মই এটা কথাই ক'ব বিচাৰিছোঁ যিটো মোগলৰ সাম্ৰাজ্যবাদ বা বিস্তাৰবাদ কৰবাত আজি প্ৰায় 600 বছৰ পিছতো অসম বা ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ বৰ্তমানৰ যি ৰাজনৈতিক বা সামাজিক সাংস্কৃতিক পৰিদৃশ্য সেই সাম্ৰাজ্যবাদ যেন অন্য প্ৰকাৰে চলি আছে গতিকে সেই বিষয়টোক লৈ আমাৰ আজিৰ এই যি গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ আলোচনা চক্ৰ এই চক্ৰই এটা প্লেজ বা সংকল্প লোৱা উচিত নেকি যি সংকল্পই হয়তো মোগলসকলে যি ধৰণে আমাক আক্ৰমণ কৰিছিল আজিৰ যি মোগল ৰূপী একাংশই আমাক আক্ৰমণ কৰিছে সেই সকলৰ বিৰুদ্ধে আমি যেন সংকল্প ল'ব পাৰোঁ
So Rajesh Kumar Singh ji, actually I would like to ask you, what he's asking is, the challenges that we are confronting today are of various nature and various manifestations. So Lachit or Horaighat or Ron, we are confronting them at various levels in today's time. Can you just elaborate a little bit?
These challenges are there to be seen by all of you. I don't have to explain that to you. I can recall, I have been part of RSS. I am a Sangh Swayamsevak. So based on that, the experience, I can tell you this much. There are 3 challenges that have always been there. The first challenge is of jihadism. The Islamism and Islamists. That's a big challenge we all face. Even now we are facing that challenge. The second challenge is Marxism. That challenge is still being faced. The Marxists have destroyed our history. And someone like Jawaharlal Nehru, he said that, let's talk about 5,000 years of Indian history. What is that 5,000 years of Indian history? Is it Islamist history? It is Hindu history. It is Ahomia history. That is 5,000 years. Chol history. That is 5,000 years old. And that history is not being taught. You asked that question about NCERT books. They teach us to hate that 5,000 years old history. It's happening today. That's the challenge. That how do you stop all this from happening? Because the establishment is ruled by them. The history establishment is ruled by Marxists. The other establishments, the education establishment is ruled by them. That is the second one. The third one is, again, the third Abrahamic religion. The danger posed by the church, proselytization. That's again a dangerous situation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So there are 3 challenges according to me.
No,
and we should remember.
So I have been asked by the organizers.
It sounds divisive, but that's the reality. That's the reality.
No,
Respected
I'm
Chairperson,
going away from reality.
panelists.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Politically correct. Politically
Thank you,
correct.
thank you. I have been asked to conclude this session with profound gratitude and thanks. I thank all the panelists for your kind views and presentation, and my sincere gratitude to our dorshokok biশেষভাৱে মই ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো আপোনালোকৰ interesting question. Yes, I know we have many questions to ask, but this is not an event. We must keep the memory of Lachit Borphukan alive. This is not an event. This is a process. So with these words, big round of applause to our presenters. Thank you so much for your presentation. Now it's over to the organizers for their announcement. Thank you.
That was indeed a very robust dialogue that put Assamese history as we have come to know it in perspective. Thank you so much. On behalf of the organizers, we would now like to felicitate our esteemed panelists and the moderator. A small announcement, I'd request all present to kindly partake of the lunch. I'd request all yellow card holders and officers to proceed to the Annex building. Other invitees are requested to proceed to the lawn. দুপৰীয়াৰ আহাৰ গ্ৰহণ কৰিবলৈ মই সকলোকে অনুৰোধ জনাইছো yellow card holder আৰু অফিচাৰ সকলক Annex বিল্ডিংলৈ যাবলৈ অনুৰোধ জনাইছো আৰু বাকি সকল অতিথিক লনলৈ আগবাঢ়ি যাবলৈ অনুৰোধ জনাইছো My sincere thanks to all of you for being a valuable member of this event. We would also like to express our gratitude to the members of the media and all those who have worked tirelessly to make this event a grand success. Thank you so much.